Hello, everybody. Oh, yep. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. BJ here from BJ Drinks Beer, and I've made it. This is the last non-alcoholic review I will probably do in all of 2025. Dry January, 4.5 hours away from being over, and 4.5 hours away from having a beer. So close I can almost taste it. Anyway, so today got one from Uncle Arnie's. Now this, if it wasn't for this, I would have never made it through dry January. That's a lie. I probably would have. But I bought a lot of 4-packs of this in the last 31 days. And I didn't get around to reviewing it, and I had a spot open for the last day. And I figured, what better way than to review the thing that I've enjoyed the most of this month and somehow have not reviewed. You know why I didn't review it? Because every time I would bring home a 4-pack, I would end up drinking them and not saving one. So here we are. I finally managed to save one. All right. So this is Cherry Limeade. It's a THC-infused beverage, 10 milligrams THC. If you look at the can here. All right, let's get to the numbers first. 2 servings per container. So per serving, 70 calories. So 140 calories a can. We're not starting out great. 0 total fat, 0 saturated fat, 0 trans fat, 0 cholesterol. 13 milligrams sodium, which is 1%, so 2%. 18 grams carbs, that's 7%, so 14% carbs. 0 dietary fiber, total sugar is 18 grams, 35%, which is 70%. That's not good. 0 vitamin D, calcium, iron, potassium. That's too small to read. Ingredients: water, high fructose corn syrup, natural flavor, citric acid, sodium benzoate. I can't read that acid. Starts with an A, but the letters are too close together. Potassium sorbate, FDNC, color, hemp extract. I can't read that. Some kind of extract. QU, I don't know. Vitamin E. This print is super small. I mean, here's what I'm dealing with at the bottom here. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Get sipping. Uncle Arnie's Cherry Limeade is an easy... Let me try that again. Get sipping. Uncle Arnie's Cherry Limeade is easy drinking bliss. If this is your first time consuming, consider drinking half a serving and wait 1 to 2 hours for full effect. Refrigerate after opening. That's not what that says. That is what that says. Oh my god. Very hard to say. Yo, what up, Shredder? Cheers, brother. It's been a while. All right. Believe that's all the information worth reading on the can. Cool. Let's get into it. All right. Now, looking at the color and after me reading the ingredients and the numbers, like, you kind of have an idea of what this is going to taste like. It's a cherry limeade. I mean, oh yeah, and the aroma, just straight cherry lime. In an intense, in a very, you get a lot of aroma, is what I'm trying to say. It's a very intense aroma. All right, let's give it a try. Yeah. As much sugar as in this is bad for you as it is absolutely delicious. knowing how much sugar is in it and how many ingredients are in it and everything, I try to keep it to a minimum. But I mean, this stuff is just absolutely excellent. It literally, it just reminds me of like something you'd buy in a store from like Arizona, or yeah, one of those like tall 99-cent cans. It's like just really sugary, really sweet, but excellent flavor. And this is one that like I said, I would buy a 4-pack and I would bring it home like, okay, I'm gonna have two tonight, well, two tomorrow, or one tomorrow, and then I'll do a video, and then the next day would come and I drank four. You know, um, it's just that good. Yeah, I mean, drinkability, as you can see, I usually take my time and drink things pretty slow, and I mean, I'm already more than halfway done it. Yeah, there's nothing slowing you down. Um, Very sweet, but not to the point where it's cloying. Um, there's a nice contrast of sweet and like sourness from the lime, but neither is that intense. Oh, see, I foresaw this happening, so I was prepared. Right. Ah, on the nose? No, just kidding. Um, yeah, this is something that like if I were in my 20s, I would drink exclusively this all day, every day. Uh, but being a little bit older now, I try to avoid too much sugar, and you know, I eat enough bad things. I don't need to drink such bad things. Also, um, so yeah, I try to limit myself with this every once in a while, because there are options that are a lot healthier for you. There's a lot of oh, wow. There's a lot of zero sugar, zero calorie options. There's a lot of different stuff out there, but this is the best tasting that I've come across. And as far like 10 milligrams, that doesn't do anything for me. But as good as this is, sometimes I don't mind grabbing a 4-pack and just drinking it over a couple of hours, even though that's kind of expensive, and it's one of these is bad enough. Four, yeah. Anyway, uh, if you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. Sorry. It helps with the algorithm and makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've had this one before or anything from Uncle Arnie's, why don't you go ahead and drop a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it? If you haven't had this one, if this looks interesting, if you have some questions, why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you'd like to find this one, we have this one at Joe Canals in Marlton. And, once January's over, I'm not going to be buying it at all. So we'll have a lot more. And also, stay tuned tonight. I mentioned earlier, but I have a live stream scheduled for 11:45 tonight, where I will be ringing in my new year and ending dry January. All right, rating. if you're to ignore how bad it is for you, yeah, 5 out of 5 on flavor alone. Um, and I guess I don't really ever consider that when I'm doing beer reviews, and because they don't have the numbers anyway, so I don't know. Um, but yeah, knowing this, it's a different story. I kind of feel guilty drinking this much, but then again, I am celebrating tonight. But yeah, 5 out of 5 on flavor. Just you can't drink this all the time. You haven't had any. Right in my throat. If you haven't had anything from Uncle Arnie's, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. I feel like this is the best that I've had from them, but the rest aren't too far behind. Their watermelon wave is great. I think that's what it's called, watermelon wave. The iced tea lemonade is great. Ooh. Oh man, the sugar-free strawberry lemonade is actually pretty good. Yeah, and I was going to do a review at some point this month, but I didn't get to it. They do these. They're pretty cheap too. They're like 3 and change, and they're little shots, like a 5 hour energy. 10 milligrams. There's the flavors are just way too sweet and just pretty hard to throw back. Um, but but yeah, they have like 4 different flavors. One has caffeine. One's like a nighttime thing. Um, they're great. You know, you want to just get the job done. You don't want to sit there with a drink in your hand the whole night. Just throw them back. But yeah, Uncle Arnie's have been killing it. I know they just came to New Jersey within the last year, and they're huge out in California apparently. Um, and I understand why now that I've tried a bunch of what they do. But yeah, like I said, make sure you read all this stuff and make sure you're cool with it because there's a there's a lot of stuff you don't want in these. Well, that's all I got for this time. Until next time, I'm cracking myself up over here. Cheers.